welcome back. So remember, this is always a space where we use transparency in our lives, my life, to learn from, to grow from. So today I want to talk about something that I'm sure everybody can relate. Really, who is your worst enemy? You kind of cringe when you think about that. My worst enemy. Oh, that was that guy in the fifth grade that tripped me when I was walking to lunch. Or that was that girl that pulled my hair and said I wasn't pretty. Who's your worst enemy? Well, you'll be surprised to know your worst enemy is not outside of you. It's not other people. Your worst enemy, a lot of times, is you. And why do I say that you are your worst enemy? Before we start this session, I want you to do a reenactment with me. Okay, this is interactive. I want you to put your hands right up here, okay? And I want you to pull down right about here. We're unveiling ourselves. We're taking off the mask of our titles, our names, our positions, our bank account, what we drive, how we live, taking it all off. Because honestly, I want to talk to you. Not your positions, not all of this fluff that goes with you, but the core of you. I want to talk to the real person, that person that's holding you back. And the reason why I say that is because you know we're finishing strong. When I'm talking to you guys about something, which is why I'm always saying repeat after me, I'm talking to myself too. We have a tendency to think that everything and everybody outside of us is the contributor to our life being good or contributor to our life not being good, when that's so not true. So, but you can only find that success in your life when you get down to the core of who you are. Standing up in any moment knowing that your authentic self is enough. When you get the realization that you are enough, without all of the extra stuff, you'll see a power that we talk about all the time really rise up in you. And I can say this from experience because I have friends in high places, which is always good. You know how they always say we are 6 degrees of separation from somebody? Well, with everything that I'm doing, I am literally 1 degree of separation from just about anything that I want to do. So when you have that kind of accessibility and you can almost touch the opportunity or touch the person or touch the perfect scenario, it kind of makes you feel frustrated that it's not happening. Like, what's going on? Why isn't it happening? That's because I thought that I had friends in high places that was going to help me get to where I was going, not realizing that the friend that I have in a high place is higher than the friends that I have in high places. Did you get what I'm saying? The friend that I have is higher than anybody. The friend that I have is one with me. So that high friend in high places is high in me, but it only is revealed and it only shows up if I am authentic and if I am true to who I am. So when you want to walk in that power that makes anything move, that pushes anything out of your way, you have to walk in this authentic space and get out of your own way. Here's my example. So, of course, you know, with Finishing Strong, I've been asked to speak on a lot of talk shows, and I'm grateful for it. And there was one talk show in particular right here in Atlanta that, when I say 1 degree of separation, it was beyond just one. It was like if I get down to the minus 0.00, that's how close I am or was to being on this talk show, because I have friends that are producers, friends that are in crew, like friends all over just to be on this talk show. So one of my friends in high places was being interviewed on this talk show, and she asked me to come along so that she can introduce me to the producers. So I went along with her, but I was prepared. But I wasn't prepared with, I have to look like them, I have to sound like them, I have to pretend like I'm them. I was prepared because that morning I decided Erica is going to show up. Just me. Me and my light and my power and my authentic self. I'm showing up. But I showed up with a confidence that I didn't have to be like anybody else. I didn't have to mimic my friend that was being interviewed on that show. I didn't have to mimic the people that were already on the show. I showed up as me, prepared with all of the PR packets that everybody needed, prepared because I always looked the part or looked like the way Erica's supposed to look, but I showed up prepared. And so when I got there, before my friend in a high place came, I started just making conversation and relationships with other people. Turns out, not only did I get offered to go on a talk show, 2 talk shows, and then the one I was actually there for, the producers have all of my things, and then I'm still waiting on them just to give me a date. I walked in the door confident about who I am. They saw the authentic Erica. They saw my light. And I didn't shrink back from doubt of myself. I didn't shrink back from, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not. I stood up and I stood in me and who I was. And I was offered this position to come on this talk show. So I will be on the talk show and you guys are going to hear about it. So I'm going to post about it. You're going to hear all about it. But imagine I showed up authentically me and the very desire that I wanted, and I got it. But here is the caveat to it. My friend in the high place hadn't even gotten there yet. So I can't even attribute this amazing opportunity to, I got it because my friend put in a good word for me. But it was my friend in a high place that I carried within me, that lives in me, that was able to unfold that opportunity to me. What is it that you're holding yourself back from? What is it that you are creating this boundary from based out of your doubt and your fears and your self-defeat? What are you holding yourself back from? Because you are the only person that has the power to full steam ahead or trail it back, lock behind a fence. It's your choice. But when you show up authentically you will have exactly what your heart desires. So that's a brave space to be in. A brave space to be in is to be me. That's it. And you can do it. Why? Because you are a strong finisher. And of course, I never like to leave you without an affirmation. So repeat after me. I am the one that I have been waiting on. My answer to my life is always inside of me. I have the power, I have the clarity, and I have the strength to see all of my desires fulfilled. Now believe it and know it. Thank you so much for joining me for Finishing Strong, and I look forward to finishing strong together.